In this lecture, we are going to study classification of alcohols. We have discussed introduction of alcohols. Now we will study classification of alcohols. How can we classify alcohols? Now see, there are two different types of classification. Number first is classification of alcohols depending upon number of OH groups. Depending upon number of OH groups, we will see in an alcohol if there is one OH group, or there are two OH groups, or three. If there is one, then what is name given to the alcohol? What type of alcohol is that? Now see, on the basis of this classification, we have following types of class of alcohol. Now we have monohydric alcohols. We classify them as monohydric alcohols. Mono means single, means those alcohols which contain only one OH group. For example, methanol contains only one OH group. It is monohydric alcohol. For example, CH3, CH2, CHOH, CH3, secondary butyl alcohol. I have told you yesterday, this is very important to remember the common name of this compound. It is secondary butyl alcohol. Contains only one OH group. It is monohydric. Number second, dihydric alcohols. Word di means two. Those alcohols which contain two OH groups, dihydric alcohols. Now dihydric alcohols are those which contain two hydroxyl groups, two OH groups, two hydroxyl groups. Example we have quoted yesterday, very famous example, ethylene glycol. 1,2 dihydroxyethane. Ethane 1,2 diol. Ethylene glycol. Now number third type is trihydric alcohol. Very important, trihydric alcohol. Now what's a trihydric alcohol? Which contains three hydroxyl groups. Hydroxyl group is OH group, which contain three OH groups. For example, famous example is our glycerol. Glycerol is our famous example. Glycerol. And we have polyhydric alcohols which contain more than three hydroxyl groups. Polyhydric alcohols which contain more than three hydroxyl groups. More than three OH groups. They contain more than three OH groups. One famous example is that of sorbitol. Now in sorbitol we have 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydroxyl groups, CH2OH. I'll write it like this, CH2OH. Now 1 and 2 carbon atoms. Now there are 4 carbon atoms, OH. CH whole 4, OH whole 4. Now there are 4, 5, 6 hydroxyl groups. It's called sorbitol. Its common name is sorbitol. This is classification based upon the number of hydroxyl groups attached to the carbon atom. Now one more type of classification is based upon the hybridization of the carbon atom to which OH group is attached. We have to check the hybridization of carbon atom to which OH group is attached. Number second, classification based on the hybridization of carbon atom to which OH is attached. We have to check hybridization of the carbon atom to which OH is attached. Now see, this is very easy type of classification. Now see, I'll write it like this in a short trick. See, for example, I have a compound over here. OH is attached to the carbon, and this carbon is attached to 3 hydrogen atoms. Or OH is attached to the carbon, and this carbon is attached directly to only one carbon atom. See, now OH is attached to the carbon. This carbon is attached to only attached by single bonds. Means this carbon to which OH is attached, it has only single bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4. When carbon has only single bonds, it is tetravalent. Tetravalent means sp3. Now remember my previous lectures, I said when we have 4 sigma bonds on carbon, 4 sigma bonds, it is sp3 hybridization. When 3 sigma bonds, it is sp2. When 2 sigma bonds, it is sp. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, it is sp3 hybridization. Now our first class in this case comes out to be when hybridization is sp3. This is sp3, this is also sp3 because here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sigma bonds. Now one more type will be when our OH is attached to the carbon, but this carbon is directly attached to one other carbon atom. This carbon atom is directly attached to two carbon atoms. OH is attached to carbon, but this carbon is attached to two carbon atoms. This carbon is also sp3 hybridized. Now one more type of classification will be whenever OH is attached to the carbon, but this carbon is directly attached to three other carbon atoms. This is all actually classification based upon degree of carbon. Now this carbon is also sp3 hybridized. All of these carbon atoms, they are sp3 hybridized, therefore this becomes one class. In this case we have this type of alcohol in which carbon is sp3 hybridized, in which carbon is sp3 hybridized, carbon is sp3 hybridized, carbon is sp3 hybridized. Now where lies the difference? In this case OH is attached to carbon, it is directly attached to three other carbon atoms, it is 3-degree alcohol, means tertiary alcohol. And OH is directly attached to carbon, it is directly attached to two other carbons, it is secondary alcohol. This is secondary alcohol. OH is directly attached to carbon. It is not directly, this carbon is not directly attached to any other carbon, or it is directly attached to only one carbon atom. This is primary alcohol. Now primary alcohols are those in which OH is attached to carbon, but that carbon is directly attached to either only one carbon atom or no other carbon atom. Secondary alcohols are those in which OH is attached to carbon, but that carbon is directly attached to two other carbon atoms. Tertiary alcohols are those in which OH is attached to carbon, but that carbon is directly attached to three other carbon atoms. This is classification of those which have sp3 hybridization. We have two more here over here. We have allylic alcohol. Allylic alcohol. Now what is an allylic alcohol? An allylic alcohol is that in which OH is attached to allylic carbon. This carbon should be allylic. Now what is an allylic carbon? An allylic carbon is one which is attached to the carbon which is sp2 hybridized, or which is attached to the carbon which bears carbon-carbon double bond. An allylic alcohol is one in which OH is attached to allylic carbon. This is our allylic carbon. An allylic carbon is one which is attached to the carbon bearing carbon-carbon double bond. Now see, tell me, is this allylic carbon sp3 or sp2? It's also sp3. Now this is allylic carbon. See, this is allylic carbon. This carbon is allylic carbon because this carbon is directly attached to the carbon which bears carbon-carbon double bond. Got it? Now this is allylic carbon. Tell me, this is allylic carbon. This allylic carbon we can have primary, secondary, tertiary. This is OH attached to allylic carbon, but this carbon is directly attached to only one carbon atom. We can have one more type of structure of this allylic carbon. This is our allylic carbon. To this allylic carbon OH is attached, but we will replace this hydrogen by methyl group and one hydrogen atom. Now see, this is our allylic carbon. But this allylic carbon is directly attached to two other carbon atoms. This is secondary allylic, this is primary allylic. Now we can have tertiary allylic carbon atom, double bond CH, C, CH3, CH3, OH. This is our tertiary allylic carbon atom. OH is attached to carbon. This carbon itself is attached to three other carbon atoms. These are also types of alcohols in which OH is attached to what? To sp3 hybridized carbon. We have one more class of this sp3, that is benzylic alcohol. We have one more class, that is benzylic alcohol. Means here we should be able to understand what is benzylic carbon. Now benzylic carbon is that carbon which is directly attached to benzene ring. Now this is our benzylic carbon. If to this carbon atom we have OH attached, then it's benzylic alcohol. Now this alcohol is benzylic alcohol. Tell me what is the hybridization of this carbon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sigma bonds. It is sp3. Got it? Now we can have this primary, secondary and tertiary. We can have benzylic carbon one more like this, in which we replace this hydrogen by methyl group or by any alkyl group or by aryl group. Now we have one more type. Now in this case OH is attached to this carbon. This is benzylic carbon, sp3 hybridized carbon, but this carbon is directly attached to one carbon atom and two carbon atom. This is secondary benzylic. Secondary benzylic. This is primary benzylic. You can make now tertiary benzylic. Now you can have tertiary benzylic if you replace this hydrogen atom as well. Tertiary benzylic. Now this is our tertiary benzylic alcohol. OH is attached to benzylic carbon. This carbon is directly attached to three other carbon atoms. This is compounded alcohols in which OH is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. Now number second part is in which OH is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atoms. That's vinylic alcohols, in which OH is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon. OH attached to sp2 hybridized carbon. OH attached to sp2 hybridized carbon means it should be attached to the carbon which contains carbon-carbon double bond. Now how we can say this is sp2c? Number of sigma bonds over here is 1, 2, 3. This one is pi bond, 3 sigma bonds. Whenever we have 3 sigma bonds, hybridization is sp2. Whenever hybridization is sp2, geometry is trigonal planar, means this is a planar molecule. Okay, bond angle will be 120. Now see this carbon, this is called a vinylic carbon. This is called a vinylic carbon. The carbon which is sp2 hybridized, and to this carbon if our OH is attached, it's called a vinylic alcohol. Vinylic alcohol. If over here we have other functional group, for example chlorine, it will be called vinyl chloride, vinyl alcohol. Now see, we can have one more, but that will not be dealt over here. This will not be dealt over here. We have OH. See, OH is directly attached to the carbon. This carbon is sp2, 1, 2, 3 sigma bonds. This is sp2. Means this carbon is what? It is vinylic. We call this as phenyl or benzyl. OH is directly attached to sp2 carbon, but in this case the sp2 carbon is that of benzene ring. When OH is directly attached to benzene ring, it is not alcohol. We called this compound as phenol. We will discuss it separately. Now this was regarding classification of alcohols. Now most important topic from this unit is that's preparation of alcohols. Very important. Preparation of alcohols. This is very important. Preparation of alcohols. Now there are number of methods by which we can prepare alcohols. Our first method is from alkenes. From alkenes. Questions are asked from this preparation of alcohols. Questions are asked from this preparation of alcohols. I will discuss the mechanism of these preparation of alkenes in the next lecture because it will become lengthy then. I will see from alkenes how can we prepare alcohols. We have an alkene, for example CH3, CH double bond CH2. This is an alkene. What type of alkene it is? It is unsymmetrical alkene. What is mean by unsymmetrical alkene? We does not possess plane of symmetry. What's plane of symmetry? Plane of symmetry is a plane which divides a molecule into two equal halves. For example, this is a molecule for me. If I divide this molecule into two equal halves by this plane, then this molecule possesses plane of symmetry. If I divide it into two equal halves, it possesses plane of symmetry. Or I can divide it like this into two equal halves. See, this is my hand. is there any plan by which I can divide this molecule into two equal halves? No, it cannot be divided into two equal halves, because from this side we can have thumb, from this side we can have little finger. It cannot be divided into two equal halves in this side. This is not symmetric molecule. This is asymmetric molecule. See, if we have a molecule like this, CH2, if I draw a plan like this and divide this molecule, it can be divided into two equal halves. This is a symmetric molecule. But this cannot be divided. Why? Because if I take this molecule and wish to divide this molecule into two equal halves, from this side I will have sp3 hybridized carbon, and from this side I will have sp2 hybridized carbon, from this side methyl group, from this side CH2 group, methylene group. Therefore, it cannot be divided into two equal halves. That's why it is unsymmetrical alkene. It is not symmetrical, it is unsymmetrical alkene. We have unsymmetrical alkene. We prepare alcohols from it. There are certain methods. There are three important methods. One is called our addition of water. Addition of water means we add H positive, OH negative ions. Addition of water. It follows Markovnikov's rule. How it follows, we will discuss its mechanism. Markovnikov's rule. That means, what's that rule? We will discuss it. Number second is our hydroboration oxidation. Hydroboration oxidation. Hydroboration oxidation method. Hydroboration oxidation method is more important for competitive exams. Number third is oxymercuration demercuration. Although this is not written in your text, but this is very important. Oxymercuration and demercuration. Oxymercuration and demercuration. Now see, from this we get the product. From this we can get product alcohol. From this we can get product alcohol, but the nature of the product is different. That's quite interesting. Means, see, Markovnikov's rule tells us, Markovnikov's rule, if we add an electrophile to an unsymmetrical alkene, now this is my unsymmetrical alkene, this is my unsymmetrical alkene. If I add electrophile to it, electrophile means positively, if I add a reagent to it, if I add a species to it, that species should contain positive part. The positive part of that species, positive part of that species, for example, I have a species XY. X is the positive part, Y is the negative part. Positive part, that's electrophilic part. Positive part is electrophile. Positive part of the species adds to that carbon atom which bears maximum number of hydrogen atoms across carbon-carbon double bond. This is a carbon-carbon double bond. Over here we have only one hydrogen atom. Over here we have two hydrogen atoms. Positive part adds to that carbon atom which bears maximum number of hydrogen atoms. Therefore, X adds to this because it contains two hydrogen atoms, and Y adds to this because it contains only one hydrogen atom. We get CH3, CH single bond, CH2. Now X adds to this and Y adds to this. This contains only one hydrogen, that's why negative adds to it. This contains two hydrogen atoms, that's why positive adds to it. This will be our product. Now this is actual rule. The electrophilic part adds to that carbon atom, not H positive, which is written in certain books. Now see, in case of water, what is our electrophilic part? It is H positive part. To which carbon it will add? It will add to that carbon atom which has more hydrogen atoms. Means hydrogen will add over here and OH will add over here. That is CH3, CH, CH2. Now tell me, H positive is an electrophile. Will it add over here or here? It will add, positive part will add to that carbon atom which bears maximum number of hydrogen atoms. Therefore, this will become CH3 and OH will add over here. We get secondary alcohol. Now we get secondary, and from this hydroboration oxidation we get primary alcohol. Now what's its mechanism? We will discuss its mechanism in the next lecture because it's very important. Now CH3CH, we get CH2 single bond CH2OH. In this case, overall we are adding water. But the method is different. We are using hydroboration oxidation method. But here we get 1 propanol. There are questions asked like this: how can you prepare 2 propanol from propene, and how can you prepare 1 propanol from propene? Now, oxymercuration, demercuration, it also follows Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov's rule. This is also Markovnikov's rule, but we will discuss it separately, how it's Markovnikov's. Usually, number of people explain, they said that it is anti-Markovnikov's, but actually it is not anti-Markovnikov's, it's Markovnikov's rule, because the electrophile over here is different, that's not hydrogen. Markovnikov's rule means hydrogen adds to that carbon atom, that's secondary alcohol we get. CH, we have OH over here, where CH3. We will discuss the mechanism of all three. Mechanism of all three we will discuss in the next lecture, but you have to remember, as a general trick you have to remember, whenever you do Markovnikov's addition of water means hydrolysis, bring about hydrolysis, what you will get secondary product, H positive will add to that carbon atom which has more hydrogen atom. Whenever you do oxymercuration, demercuration, H positive will add. This is also addition of overall, this is addition of water. What you get? Addition of H positive to carbon which bears maximum number of atoms, and hydroboration, the reverse is the case. But this you have to remember. This is the only thing that you have to remember. For example, if we solve a question on this, we cannot derive its mechanism in this lecture because the video has already become too lengthy. If we have a question like this, double bond CH2. To this we are doing 3 reactions, hydrolysis. To this we are doing 3 reactions, and we are doing hydroboration, oxidation, hydroboration, oxidation, hydroboration, HBO, hydroboration, oxidation, or actually hydroboration, HB, hydroboration, oxidation. And to this you are doing one more type of reaction, that's mercuration, oxymercuration, demercuration, OMDM, oxymercuration, demercuration. I will write it in simple words: OMDM, oxymercuration, demercuration. Here you are adding overall water, here you are adding overall water. The only difference is this looks like Markovnikov, this looks Markovnikov. This does not look like Markovnikov, but it is Markovnikov. Now see, this is then C. See, this is hydrogen, carbon which contains maximum number of hydrogens. Therefore, hydrogen will attach to it, OH will attach to it. Now see, in this case, this is oxymercuration. Oxymercuration, H positive adds to carbon which bears maximum number of hydrogen atoms. Therefore, we have CH, OH, CH3. This is hydroboration, oxidation. In hydroboration, oxidation, hydrogen adds to that carbon atom which has minimum number of hydrogen atoms, CH2, CH2OH. Now this is all about today's lecture. If you are interested in my these video classes, then please do subscribe and press bell icon for future notifications, and do like my lectures.